There's a cat staring at me in the dark. The cat is really pretty. The cat hates being brushed. The cat is antisocial. The cat just got up. The cat is going around the bed. The cat is on the bed. The cat it sat slightly on my foot. The cat is posing dramatically. The cat turned slightly and is now lying down on my foot. The cat is beauty. And then I wrote the other poem, What is Zero? What is zero? Zero means nothing. Zero means everything. Zero is not nothing. Zero is everything. Zero is the sum of all numbers. Zero is the sum of all possible states in time. Zero is greater than all, yet zero can be lesser than all. Or rather, zero can be lesser than half. Zero can be lesser than one half. Zero can be lesser than one half of the integers. But zero is greater than all. Perhaps greater is not the word. Perhaps all-encompassing is the word. Perhaps all-consuming is the word. Perhaps all-inclusive is the word. For one is negative 1 less than 0. And negative 1 is 1 less than 0. And 33 is negative 33 less than 0. And negative 33 is 33 less than 0. And 0 is all. And 0 is everything. And 0 is infinity.
Great. Thank you for reading both of those. I really like them both for different reasons. So I want everyone just to think for a moment of how different the first poem would be if Lina didn't repeat the phrase the cat, but used a more conventional grammatical structure and said things like simply she in reference to the cat. Was the cat a she or a he? I can't remember.
A she.
She, yeah. So like let's say Lina had said the cat did this and she did that and she did this and now she's doing that. Think about how different the poem would be if she had used that more kind of conventional grammatical structure. It wouldn't have the same humor, first of all. It also wouldn't have the same kind of tension and intensity and rhythm. So just notice how by using anaphora, Lina creates a sense of rhythm, but also a sense of time. Like but by using the phrase the cat, repeating the phrase the cat, there's a kind of, the word is parataxis. So there's an implied there's an implication that in each of the cat's action is separated by an ambiguous degree of time. So our sense of time is obscure. Like Lina could have said, for example, the cat is doing this, and now she's doing that, and now she's doing this, which implies a kind of like an almost cinematic or sequential movement or series of actions. But by using the cat, it's not just a rhythmic. It's not just a rhythm that is introduced into the poem, but it's also this kind of ambiguous sense of time. I think it's really great, and I thought it was very funny as well. I would continue writing that poem and thinking of it more as a poem rather than just a kind of sequence of descriptive. I think you said text messages. Is that right? Yeah, I wonder what that poem could be. What is Zero? I really love as well for its anaphora, and also for its contradictions. You're kind of playing around with the same contradictions that we saw in the Charles Dickens. And everyone will also notice, I think, that at a certain point in the poem, Lina abandons the anaphora. So she begins by saying zero is, zero is, zero is, and attempting to define zero through a sequence of negations, and then eventually abandons that more kind of consistent methodological, kind of methodic anaphora and moves into a more kind of conversational or casual tone where the poet suddenly says things like, well, maybe greater than all is not the right phrase, or is not the right word. Maybe greater is not the right word. So there's a kind of, the poem begins to become kind of playful. It's also very dense with scientific and quasi-scientific language, which I always really love in a poem. The anaphora makes the poem very intense. And yeah, I also just generally love the descriptions of zero. I think that's a pretty fascinating thing to put into a poem.